On June 21st at 8:42 a.m., Leanne Rimes cracks a dental bridge during soundcheck and refuses to stop. Blood shows, the mic stays live, and the crew panics quietly. The detail she shares next flips this from accident to warning. Within 17 minutes, a temp fix happens off camera, gauze, water, deep breaths, and she walks back out like nothing happened. Her smile looks normal, but her jaw doesn't. The way she keeps performing makes fans uneasy. By 9:17 a.m., she posts the broken bridge photo herself, no glam, no filter, just reality. People expect a quick "I'm fine," but she writes something heavier. And that line becomes the center of the storm. Everyone calls it a freak accident, but her wording hints it isn't random. She mentions months of pressure on that same spot. That single phrase makes viewers rewatch old clips, hunting for signs they missed. She tries to control the narrative with one calm video from the dentist's chair on June 22 at 10:03 a.m. She laughs, then pauses too long before the next sentence. That pause says more than the words. You're watching the moment a small break becomes a bigger reveal. She frames it as a health reminder, not gossip. But the internet doesn't hear reminder, it hears hidden struggle, and it starts digging fast. In under 2 hours, repost accounts push the clip harder than her own page ever could. The tone shifts from support to scrutiny. People zoom in on her mouth like it's evidence, and the clip feels suddenly invasive. She says the quiet part out loud, chronic stress shows up in the body first. Teeth grinding. Jaw tension. Sleepless nights. Then she admits it's been building longer than anyone realized. The room goes emotionally silent. On June 23 at 6:48 a.m., her vocal warm-up sounds slightly different, tiny lisp, tighter vowels, shorter breath. It's subtle, but professionals catch it instantly. And once you hear it, you can't unhear it. Stop. Rewind this moment. A 10-second rehearsal clip leaks, cropped tight on her mouth, slowed down frame by frame. What she shared for honesty becomes content for cruelty. And the comments turn sharp fast. She tries to make it smaller, jokes, emojis, light tone, like humor can shrink pain. But her next post includes a blunt number, 3 appointments in 48 hours. That's not a minor issue, and people feel it. The bigger message finally snaps into focus: small pain becomes big pain when you ignore it. She doesn't say it like a slogan. She says it like someone who learned it the hard way. And that changes everything. Fans rewatch older performances and notice microsigns: jaw tight, smile stiff, tiny head turns between lines. It's like a hidden subtitle appears over her past work. And the timeline suddenly stretches backward. On June 24 at 4:22 p.m., she posts a clarifying update, measured and calm. But calm doesn't travel as far as chaos online. The more she explains, the more strangers diagnose, and the spiral starts. She admits she almost didn't post the broken bridge photo at all. She sits in her car for 40 minutes, engine off, deciding if vulnerability is worth the cost. That hesitation becomes the most human detail so far. Meanwhile, her team quietly tweaks rehearsals, shorter runs, more breaks, fewer late nights. It sounds like routine scheduling, but it signals urgency. When professionals move like this, it's never just for comfort. Then the phrase appears in private chat screenshots: protect the brand. Not protect her health. Brand first. That single priority shift tells you exactly where pressure comes from. And once fans see it, trust cracks too. On June 26 at 9:11 p.m., she performs again with visible tension, jaw set, smile controlled, eyes bright but focused. The crowd cheers louder like volume can heal. Applause masks pain, and that's the dangerous part. The next morning at 7:32 a.m., swelling returns, and the quick fix doesn't hold. A small repair turns into a bigger plan, and the recovery window suddenly expands. That one cracked bridge now threatens the entire calendar. Here's where it stops being just dental. It becomes permission to pause in a world that rewards pushing through. And the decision she makes next won't only change her smile, It will change how people see her strength. What looks like a routine reconstruction consult on June 27 at 2:06 p.m. turns heavier fast. The dentist mentions hairline stress along two adjacent teeth. One crack becomes structural instability, and the timeline suddenly stretches. She opts for reinforced temporary crowns to buy time before July 12th's sold-out amphitheater show. Faster fix. Less downtime. But pressure from singing at full volume shifts the alignment again by midnight. By 7:18 a.m., her vocal coach hears a sharper consonant on high notes. Tiny. Almost invisible. But in music, millimeters matter. And now someone else confirms what fans only suspected. The rehearsal audio circulates in private group chats first, then spills outward. What began as support becomes analysis. The small dental issue now feeds a bigger storyline about endurance. Meanwhile, at 1:42 p.m., her tour insurer requests updated medical clearance. That's paperwork, not panic. But paperwork signals risk, and risk travels faster than truth. You need to see this clearly. The insurer isn't canceling anything, yet. But the clause on page 19 activates review if structural dental compromise affects performance. That phrase changes the stakes instantly. She responds by trimming 2 songs from the June 29 set list, shaving 11 minutes off stage time. Small adjustment. But when professionals shorten shows, insiders start whispering. Then someone posts side-by-side clips, before and after the break. The difference is subtle but real. Once comparison enters the chat, the narrative gets sharper. On June 30 at 9:11 p.m., swelling resurfaces mid-show. She powers through 90 minutes, but backstage ice packs pile up. The small crack now dictates her entire night. Time jump. July 2, 6:03 a.m. The dentist outlines a 6-week ceramic reconstruction. 6 weeks. That timeline collides directly with 4 confirmed July dates, and the math stops working. She drafts a postponement statement at 8:22 a.m., fingers hovering over post. If she cancels now, she controls the story. If she waits, someone else might. And hesitation becomes dangerous. Word leaks anyway. A venue staffer mentions possible delay to a local radio rep within 40 minutes, fan forums light up. A private discussion becomes public speculation. She tries to contain it with silence, no post, no denial, no confirmation. But silence online amplifies curiosity offline. And curiosity always fills gaps with worst-case scenarios. At 3:17 p.m., advisors suggest framing any delay as routine maintenance. Softer language. Less alarm. But language doesn't erase X-rays, and the scans tell a deeper story. White medium star, this isn't about a tooth. It's about the years I ignored the warning. That sentence lands heavier than the break itself. It reframes everything. This was building long before June 21. The quote spreads to 3.6 million impressions overnight. Support floods in. So do critics, claiming its strategic vulnerability. The story splits into 2 camps, and both grow louder. Meanwhile, her band members learn about the possible July postponement through headlines, not her directly. That misstep widens tension behind the curtain. And now it's not just dental, it's trust. She calls an emergency meeting at 7:42 p.m., voice steady but jaw tight. She promises transparency going forward. But rebuilding confidence takes longer than repairing enamel. By July 4 at 10:58 p.m., no official cancellation appears, yet. The amphitheater countdown continues, tickets still valid, fans still hopeful. The clock grows louder with every passing hour. Now the choice tightens: push through reconstruction and risk long-term damage, or halt the tour and risk headlines she can't predict. Either way, the next announcement won't just fix a smile, it will reshape her career. July 12, 8:59 p.m. The amphitheater lights dim. Her name rolls across the speakers. Backstage, LeAnn Rimes stands still, phone in hand, reading the final reconstruction recommendation one more time. Her thumb hovers over post. 9 p.m. She exhales. Hits publish. The screen refreshes. Tonight's show will not go on. No emojis. No soft language. Just 12 words that slice through 12,000 expectations in a single breath. Her band finds out in real time. One guitarist stares at his phone, unreadable. The drummer sets his sticks down slowly. No one speaks for 6 full seconds. And then the hallway fills with whispers. 9:03 p.m. The first fan screenshot hits social media. 3 words trend within minutes, health comes first. Support floods in before the refunds are even processed. But not everyone agrees. 14 million views in 36 hours. By midnight, headlines pivot from cancelled to career crossroads. Some call it brave. Others whisper decline. The narrative fractures faster than her dental bridge ever did. Stop and feel this shift. At 12:17 a.m., she turns off her phone completely. No follow-up. No live video. Silence. And that silence becomes louder than any encore she's ever sung. Meanwhile, her family learns through the trending tab, not a private call. The immediate circle tightens. Support is there, but so is worry about what 6 weeks off will really mean. The refund portal crashes at 8:14 a.m. Fans refresh again and again. Some defend her fiercely. Others demand accountability. The conversation stops being about teeth and starts being about legacy. And now we're here. 6 weeks of reconstruction ahead. 4 July dates erased. A reputation redefined in under 24 hours. But the real question isn't whether she heals, it's what version of LeAnn Rimes walks back on stage next.